Are you over 50? What does retirement even look like for us? Is there a clear path or a tunnel to the unknown? Walk with me as I explore the park with my family and our options for retirement planning. My vision for retirement is, as the channel is named, Retire Easy Living. The news says that there's a looming retirement crisis. So, what can we do? Is it time to plan differently? Welcome to my channel. I'm Ange. I'm over 50 and not quite ready to retire. I'm figuring out how to simplify my life and my path to retirement and taking you with me. Let's start today with, what does retirement even look like after 50? In my research on retirement, I ran across this statistic about retirement, and 45% of Americans will experience retirement funding shortfalls if they retire at 65. And as I said before, it's one of the things that I fear, and that's retiring at 65, not even for early retirement. And Forbes says that a third of the older Americans live in poverty or near poverty. That's one third. Some are only relying on government assistance, Social Security, and Medicare. About half of workers do not even have access to a 401k. And even if you're in a 401k, there's a lot of plans that underperform. Maybe you didn't allocate your values correctly. And then all of the ins and outs on how to access this money are complicated. There's lots of rules, taxes if you do something wrong. A misstep can really cost you. Get scammed, and you could lose your life savings. Do you know where the biggest expenses are coming from? Housing costs and healthcare. And if you're thinking about retiring before 65, then that gap until Medicare is something real and something that needs to be addressed before you make the leap. Here's some options. Cobra: when you leave your position, you may have the option of extending your current coverage with Cobra up to 18 months. Now, this may be expensive, but could be a way to keep your current plan until you can qualify for ACA coverage. ACA coverage, this could be a place to go if you qualify. The Affordable Care Coverage, it is done by the states, and as you see, states increase their premiums continuously. So this cost is always going up. Pension. Now, my sister is one of the lucky few that has insurance as part of her pension package, and I'm a little jealous of that, but so happy that she has this. I'm not a financial planner or advisor, just one of those engineers that likes data and plans. I'm still researching these options, so maybe you could help me and others out by putting in the comments some of the options that you would like for me to research. Then I can do a more detailed review of the pros and cons of each of these. While you're there, like and subscribe and all the YouTube things. Other big expenses involve housing. Now, we sold our property just last year and are renting right now. So this is something that we will need to decide on in the near future. Do we buy? Do we rent? Can we go into retirement without a big house payment? And what does this look like for us from now until then? I'll tell you honestly, with the interest rates where they are, do we even want to go there? Mortgage rates are crazy right now, and though prices are higher on your properties, that just means more property taxes. It was eye-opening how much we paid in taxes. For now, we are renting because I'm not sure what my options at work may be. In our succession planning, I may be able to move to a couple of different roles. That's not guaranteed, with the timeline being less than 3 years. It doesn't make sense to buy and then try to sell. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should be looking for some big deal on a house in our current area. I want to enjoy the years until retirement, yet still plan for the next endeavor after work. So, what does that look like for us around 50. What will our options be for retirement? Will Social Security be reduced or disappear altogether? I don't think so, but who knows? Will there be a recession or market downturn that will deplete my savings that I do have? And so many things to worry about, but I'm planning to ease those fears. My husband was in the Marine Corps, so there's benefits that I'm not aware of, maybe, besides the 10% discount at Home Depot. And since he turns 55 this year, do I need to be looking at something here? Comment if you'd like to see savings and programs for those of us over 50. I know I love savings. Some solutions to the looming crisis, according to Forbes, are don't put your head in the sand. Really look at your budget. I know estimates are hard, but they suggest to do a trial run since once you understand that gap, you can prepare. And that's why I'm tracking my savings until I hit my goal for retirement. When will we get there? I don't know yet, but I am going to keep you all updated. Take action. Talk to a financial advisor. We did this last year, and it was one of our best decisions. He gave us real options and solutions. And we also get routine checkups where we meet with him and discuss where we are, what our plans are, and even what taxes we can expect and our plans for any change in the market. Reduce housing expenses. Like I said, we sold our property, invested that money until we can find our final retirement home. And where will that be? We don't know. Plan for healthcare expenses. Medicare doesn't cover everything. I remember one time I was in an office to get a medical scan, and an elderly gentleman was crying at the desk when they told him what he had to pay, and he had a balance that he couldn't get his scan until he paid at least part of his balance. And it was just heartbreaking. I asked the lady at the desk if I could contribute $50 to his bill, and she let me. I hope it helped him. Maybe my request encouraged others to do the same. I'll never know. But that was when he was saying he had Obamacare and he had coverage. But it may not be there for us. Long-term care costs between 100K and 140K, with the average stay being 2 to 4 years. What kind of plans can we make for long-term care? For all of these reasons, I'm tracking my savings until I hit my goal for retirement. When will I get there? I don't know yet, but I'm going to keep you all updated. On this channel, I focus on 4 key things: financial awareness, health and longevity, relationships and purpose, lifestyle and vision, and this will be the start of my journey to figure them out. Thank you for joining us on this journey to easy living in retirement, my path to embrace the freedom of retirement. Subscribe and comment.